Rolling camera, rolling.
All right, here we go. Take one, marker. In a nutshell, what's Eddington?
Eddington is the story of a sheriff who wants to be mayor. Eddington is a very small town in New Mexico, in America. I guess, I don't know.
Does it help to talk about the story first, kind of get into...
How would I say? Yeah, something like, Eddington is like a test chamber where all the people are like these particles that are going off in different directions, and when they hit each other, they, careen in new directions, and that kind of creates this new logic that comes to possess each of them. And it leads them all into, ever more intense beliefs and convictions, and that leads to violence because there's no common ground to stand on. It is a complicated place. I wanted to make a really good film about the Southwest because it's a place I know. I'm from New Mexico. I spent my adolescence there. My parents still live there. And it's a place I have a lot of feelings about. While I was writing the film, I drove around New Mexico going to different small towns, pueblos, and I met with sheriffs, police, public officials, mayors. I interviewed a lot of people, and a lot of the characters in this film are based on some of those people.
We need to free each other's hearts. And that's why I'm running for mayor. Mayor of Eddington.
I was walking around taking pictures, and I was like, what's the real town and what's the set? I was walking around literally like a tourist, taking all these pictures, and I didn't even realize some of it was set decorating and some of it was just Truth or Consequences.
Right, yeah.
And I didn't realize that I was standing in front of a building-size photo of Ted Garcia going like this, of myself. Somebody drove by, and they were like, ah, ha, ha, and I was like, ha, 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 and I was like, oh, that kind of a thing. It was fun.
We shot so much of the film in Truth or Consequences, and this was my first time working with Elliot Hostetter, who's the production designer. He went out there long before we started even pre-production, just to start soaking in the environment.
Truth or Consequences was the last place I came. It has some very specific geography that lays out really well for the town. It's larger than Eddington is supposed to be, but the older historic part of the town is really separated from the rest, so it feels like a small town. The hill and the water tower were such a huge part of it for me, and also just the light, and there's something kind of particularly beautiful here.
Nah, the day that got me, bro, I'm not even gonna lie. The day that got me, I saw the tumbleweed rolling through the thing. I said, no way. I said, no way, this can't be real. I had to literally look around like, did somebody see that? Like,
They did that for you, by the way. There was a guy with a fan blowing up here, like, make him feel like he's in a Western.
Yeah.
When I was doing press a long time ago, they're like, so you're doing a Western with Ari? And I was like, it's not a Western.
Yeah.
And then the script said a COVID Western.
Western.
It did.
On the page, that's right.
It really is a Western. Yeah. There was really the kind of tension and violence in the sort of Western way. And also, because it's, the mayor, like fighting to run this town, you're the king of the town, or you're the sheriff who's in charge, and very classic Western sort of tropes. But everything is very Ari here. Asturian.
Asturian.
Can we call it Asturian?
Yeah.
We've when men stand off, we've got like an argument on the corner of an intersection that could be a little like Sergio Leone, but Ari's version, our version.
Look, Joe, 6 feet.
Cut.
Running. Okay, well, let's do a little wind test. Okay, guys, quietly, please. We're gonna do a little wind test. Bring up the wind. All right, bring up the wind. Oh.
I just remember that like a storm blew in. We were shooting, and it wasn't the kind of thing, oh, a storm blew in, we're setting up, and a storm is blowing in. No, Ari called action.
Here we go. Roll sound, please. Rolling. And action.
Your captain and your chief deputy took jobs in Rio Rancho. You can't keep your own office going, but you're gonna run mine? Leave your mess here and start a whole new one.
Cut. Cutting.
And we had to play the scene, and in the playing of a take, a storm blew in.
It's New Mexico. It's pretty standard New Mexico.
Action.
Let's just let the voters decide.
Very Western vibes, and a little Shakespeare.
The Western is a very interesting genre to me. It's sort of the national genre, Westerns. They're so much about forging new societies and the heroic myth of America, like the beautiful dream of it and the building of something.
We can bring this place back. We can build it back up.
It feels to me like we're living through the collapse of that system that has been getting built up over the last 250 years. I wanted the film to reflect this new atmosphere, this new environment where everything is so fractured, and to almost make a film that's, sort of schizophrenic.
Hey, Adam, you want to walk with me? Sure. I'll just show you what the camera's going to do. Just follow me. So we're seeing directly all of this.
It feels to me that it's about how humiliating it is to be living a life as if you're in a Western. It's about the death of that trope making any kind of sense as a life. People that are following the logic of being in a Western are so damaged by the end of it.
The Western is also interesting to talk about in terms of Joe, because I think he's seen all of those films. He's living in a Western. He's a lawman, he loves his community, loves his wife, he's a man of integrity and a man of action.
He's seeking, really, plainly put, love. And it's ironic because when he first gets this kind of outside acknowledgement is from a character, Fred, who he basically aligns himself with by taking off his mask in the store. And this is this kind of transformative moment.
Ready?
Oh, okay. That's fine. Gets a Facebook ping where Fred writes there's one last hero left, and that's the kind of catalyst for him. And it's ironic because it's what kind of starts this division in the town.
That's really good. I love you.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. Joblo remains an independent company, and we appreciate all of your support.